You're gonna want to watch this if you think YouTubers can make films, or is it straight to trash? Let's find out. The film starts off with a bunch of YouTubers going to this weird ass haunted places, with this Riley chick being the leader of the Ghostbusters, and then one day when they're checking this place out at Shelby Oaks, they all go missing. 12 years later, they're making some documentary about the disappearance of these YouTubers, and Mia, who is Riley's sister, shares insight on Riley of how great she was, and then this Wilson Miles dude shows up and goes, "Bye bye, turn it off," with a tape that says Shelby Oaks, and then we got Mia watching it, and she's on the hunt to find her sister. Now I will say, for $1.4 million, the film isn't entirely trash, but did Neon really need to pick this film up and put it in theaters? The answer is no, they did not. And I'm thinking the real reason was Neon picked this straight to Tubi film was because of the clout behind it, and they just knew they could make some money off of it. And that's really it. It's not because the movie is actually good or anything like that. Not really a good film here. Or should I say, a memorable one. This one was directed and written by Chris Stuckmann. I used to watch his reviews as a younger kid, but I slowly drifted away when I never really agreed with his reviews at all. And his reviews just sort of had this lack of depth to them, but that's just me and my opinion of it. I don't really care for his reviews even to this day. They just kind of vanilla ice cream, just like this damn movie! And I'm not gonna play centrist on these films. These are always my honest opinion, and if people hate me for it, whatever, they can
suck my ass.
The cinematography, it was okay. It got better after the first 15 minutes of exposition. It started to feel like a film after that, but I honestly wish the film was from the perspective of the person actually doing the documentary. I think it would have made it much more interesting instead of Mia going to places at night with nobody else. She just, hey, let's go to this weird creepy prison at night. Why? Why are you doing that? And honestly, I still think the VHS route would have been more beneficial to a film like this. It just needed that vibe to it. If you're gonna start out with doing some found footage stuff for like 10-15 minutes as a documentary, you might as well just continue it. I think it would have been a much better story with the one chick doing the documentary and just filming everything. I think that would have been way better, and it probably would have made things a little more scarier in that aspect. The music is solid, nothing very memorable about it. It does its job, and that's really it. You're not gonna remember this ever again. Then you got the acting in here, and it's solid. Nothing amazing, but nothing terrible either. None of the actors really stood out as like awfully bad. They all really put in a lot of effort, and that's about it. Nobody's really memorable in here. Again, there's a few known actors in here, Michael Beach and Keith David, and honestly, why were they even in this film? They were in here for less than, what, 5 minutes of screen time at best, I would say. Keith David, he was barely in there. He just was in like one scene, that was it. They could just save some more money and got some other unknown actors for those roles. They didn't really do anything. It was kind of just a waste of money in my eyes. But that's just me though. Then we got the husband to Mia, and he was completely useless as well. If he died or something, or even divorced her, it wouldn't change anything in this film. Although she just wanted a baby, but they never did have one, it just didn't make sense to have him in here. So at the end of the day, I'm looking at this as it was just a bunch of people who got paid and wasted your time putting them into this film. That's how I view it, especially when it's only like $1 million film. Like, why would you want to waste money here? You can put that somewhere else or whatever, make some more practical or special effects, or using the VFX or something to that effect instead of paying these people. It just seemed kind of wasteful in my opinion. And that's why I think when you start doing films, you should really start at the ground. Do It Like Me or something like that, where you start with like a $12,000 film, then you work yourself up to a $30,000 film, and then after that you can do 100 plus. And I think that's fun. At least you get to know the fundamentals of filmmaking. And sure, 12,000, 30,000, in a way I didn't make any of the money back or whatever, but I also gained a lot of knowledge from those films. So that's what I got out of those. They're not great. They're on YouTube. If you want to watch it, I don't really give a shit if you do or not. Whatever. The story and writing is its probably biggest weakness overall. The first 10 to 15 minutes up until the intro credits started, it was just kind of lame. It was just, they could have had this sprinkled throughout the entire film, and I think that would have made it much more interesting. I'm thinking here, as I'm watching this, is this gonna be the entire film? Because if this is, it's gonna be shit. I would also say it gives you some nostalgia of YouTube and what it used to be. And that's basically it. Other than that, it's kind of just some fluff and nobody really cares about that. It's like, cool. I think it was just too long of an intro for what it was. But turns out after that, it started to get a little more interesting at that time when homie went, bye bye, turn it off. And I thought that was great. The whole intro credit part was awesome. I really liked that. And it's kind of cool. After Mia gets that tape from Wilson Miles, she watches how he gives all these YouTubers the bye bye turn it off. And there's a few jump scares here and there, and that's really about it. She then looks deeper into this and this Tyrian demon dude and his hellhounds, and they act as servants, and I was like, cool, I guess. Some demon bullshit again. Straight to... And this whole section was just kind of slow and boring. It doesn't do much besides make Mia's husband and her very distant, and that's about it. It's like, cool. Why are you in here, dude? Why is the husband even in here? And then Mia decides to go to this prison where this Wilson Miles dude was incarcerated at. And that's also the place Riley and her YouTuber buddies went to as well. And then she decides to go there at night. Like, you have to find this out. It's been 12 years. You think you're just gonna find something now? I just thought that was so stupid. You couldn't wait till the next day or something? You just had to go? It just consumed the shit out of her. She's like, yep. You know what the best time to go at is at night. Yeah, let's do that. You can't make this shit up! And then she sees the doggies and shit, and I was like, cool, whatever. And then she just runs out, and it's like, okay, she gets in her truck and drives away. Then she travels more into Shelby Oaks, where Riley was kind of last seen, and then she just randomly stumbles upon this house where some weird ass lady is there. Like, what are the odds that she just stumble upon this house? I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess that can kind of make sense, but not really. This lady's got black mold all over the damn place, and she's like, you want a cracker? She told her, you want a cracker? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Why? Why are you offering me a damn cracker? You look like a witch that's weird as shit. I would not take a cracker from her, but I might as well get a cracker from her and be like, yes, could I get some black mold with that shit? And that was just so silly. Like, why would you even want to go to this place at night? This weird ass lady just invites you there? It's like, what the shit is going on? But Mia here is like, nah, I don't really care. Fuck it. Then Mia does some more investigating and she finds a photo album of Riley and this Wilson Miles dude together, and it looks like Tyrion used Wilson to get that baby. So they made a baby or some shit. Then Wilson's mama's like, hey, come and see her. And she's down in this weird ass basement. Like, what the shit is going on? And I will say this is probably the more interesting part of the film overall. The rest was just really slow and mediocre. It's basically Shelby oat milk. It's not Shelby soy milk, it's Shelby oat milk. Kind of shitty, but it's not super shitty. She then finds Riley and they dip out. Then Riley's like, no, let's go upstairs and make this baby go bye-bye, turn it off. And then Wilson's mama has powers like a damn witch and she uses the damn force. So the baby doesn't go bye-bye, turn it off. And then Wilson's mama gives the baby some blood and then she goes bye-bye, turn it off. And it seems like this baby is cursed as shit. And then somehow Mia's like, you know what? We should go and grab this baby and take it with us. Why? Why are you grabbing the damn baby now? There's obviously a reason why Riley wanted to make the baby go bye-bye, turn it off. But this chick is like, no, I wanted a baby. She's a cute little baby. How dumb is Mia? Super dumb. Extremely dumb. And then she brings the baby home. I'm like, damn. Obviously, there's something wrong with that baby. This bitch is so damn dumb. You're thinking in your head, anyone with a brain would be like, no, that ain't a baby anymore. That is one cursed motherfucking baby. And then they basically all settle down at her house and Riley wants baby to go bye-bye, turn it off. And then her and Mia push each other and then through the cracked window, Riley goes. It's like, damn. And then she gets eaten by these damn hellhounds. And bye-bye, turn it off, she goes. And then this Tyrian demon dude takes over Mia and it's like, cool. That shit was lame as so it makes you really question what was really the purpose of this film. Absolutely nothing. It's a straight to film. That's what this film is. It doesn't do anything new. It's not even memorable or anything. This isn't Terrifier 2 or anything. Terrifier 2 looks like the goddamn Godfather in comparison to this shit. Maybe if you're a stoner, you'd probably love this crap. But for someone that's sober like me, this is a hard nope. And I can't recommend this film to anybody. It's just a big waste of time. You're watching this film and you're like, okay, this might be cool. I'm supporting some indie films here. And it's just, it didn't really need the theater experience. It was just straight to streaming trash. The characters in here are so damn flat and boring. Nobody is interesting in this film. It's basically cookie cutter basic on all levels. And that's why it's Shelby oat milk, not Shelby soy milk, because there's no fruitcakeness in here, which I think is a big plus. So thanks Chris Stuckmann for that. Overall, it's a 4 out of 10 film. It should be just hitting Tubi any day now because it's straight Tubi trash. And nobody's gonna remember this film ever. And that's the sad part. Usually, sometimes you have some indie films that are decently good, or they at least bring something up, or it makes you think about life in some way. But not this. This is cookie cutter, basic horror film for $1 million. And that's really it. And there's better films for $1 million than this. Like You're Next or whatever. That film is way better than this. And I think that film was $1 million. Miles better. I don't know what Neon did to help them make the ending better or whatever trash, but you can't really polish a turd. And that's what this movie really is. A turd. Well, hopefully Chris Boy here at least learns from this film where he can actually improve with like the script, the characters. You know, he didn't really have too much of a problem with the actors, but at the same time, they're not very memorable people. So I think they all did a decent job for what it is. I know it's his first film. I'm kind of ripping into it a little bit too hard, but objectively looking at it as a film. Nothing else, nothing more. But that's how I gotta look at it. I'm a little bit more lenient on indie films, but it's still trash. Like, no one's gonna remember this. This isn't Evil Dead or something like that. This isn't Christopher Nolan's The Following or anything like that. It's just, it's not great. It's not a great movie. And I don't think anyone should praise this. I think it has like a 5.8 on IMDb, and I think that's way too high for this film.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
This is like 4, I would say 4 to 5 at best. There's nothing I really remember from the dialogue. There's only like that one part where Wilson Miles gets old, bye-bye, turn it off, and that's about it. That's this movie. Shelby oat milk. Mediocre vanilla oat milk ice cream. And that's it. If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if YouTubers should make films. Cause so far I'm thinking it's a no from me. But you might find some more enjoyment from these fun videos here.
So long, gay boys!